East, heavenly paper in the path. East, heavenly paper in the path.
East, heavenly paper in the path from east. The static moment for the each. Instant mushroom, find an English pay for the keeping the equivalent for the ecstasy. Each beloved hour for the sharpening of pits, the years, the constant featherings, farthering, hating with tears. These are the love poems. Going to heaven and I don't know when. Prayer don't ask me how. Indeed, I am too stupid to think of an answer you. Going to hell and how damn it. East, heavenly paper in the path from east. The static moment for east, heavenly paper in the path from east. The static moment for each. East, heavenly paper in the path east. The static moment for each. Instant mushroom, find an English pay for the keeping the equivalent for the ecstasy. Each beloved hour for the sharpening of pits, the years, the constant featherings, farthering, hating with tears. These are the love poems. Going to heaven and I don't know when. Prayer don't ask me how. Indeed, I am too stupid to think of an answer you. Going to hell and how damn in the sound, but yet how would it be done for the shore, the flock and home at night for the separate arm? Yeah, perhaps you going home, who knows? She'll get there first for the sleeping in a little place with me. I close my eyes and lost. The smallest rope benefit with me when with a crown and knowing that mine address and we are going home. I'm glad and I don't believe it. I want to stop my breath. And I look at it a little more than such a curious earth. I'm glad to leave it with the woman never found. This seemed the mighty autumn afternoon they left at the ground. Going to heaven and I don't know when. Pray don't ask me how. Indeed, I'm too astonished with the answer and you going to heaven. And this is the motor beyond I'm going to stop for you. Behind me, the death and dips, the eternity. Myself turns between beginning and after saying that this is the purpose. Songs and name before myself. Duplicate the divine with the miracles behind my mind. I'm midnight when to find yourself in the sky. I'm on the day going to heaven. Better ask me how I'm astonished. These are the little melodies inside of my mind that it can read these scenes. Instead of they revealed inside of the eyes, it became no mistake in the stream. Because the date, the man of the shame of the poets. And God gave mercy and the soul and Jerry devoted and made me so familiar in the extremities. The last shall I go for the agony and the death and the acquainted for the tranquility and the shadow weapon all past the hint. Mad of a time and this is the heaven sent. Train went to the burial gate and this is all I found. But the sound of the bird broke in the road, the same, the trill of the quivering sugar stolen. Yeah, staying rain, that one don't make sense anymore. If I can't stop my heart from breaking, I should not live in vain. I can ease one life with the ache and the cool one pain to help fainting, robbing into the nest again, but I should not live in vain. East, heavenly paper in the path from east. The static moment for the each. Instant mushroom. East, heavenly paper in the path from east. The static moment for the each. Instant mushroom, find an English pay for the keeping the equivalent for the ecstasy. Each beloved hour for the sharpening of pits, the years, the constant featherings, farthering. Not me, the bad man with the bond, with the love that raises up from the forthwith, for the driving the cord of the heart by the soul. Come, you had departed for the bling, the departure to come back, neither you or that, my soul. Disbelieve it to conceal disbelief, for that I will recite your secrets of destiny by love and weakness and night rising and spinning in the night distraught by me being a tree if I can wonder. The foot of the wings and not suffer for the axe blows of the pain of saws with the sun not wandering every night and could every morning the world be lit up. And the ocean's water will not rise to the sky, for the plants be quickened with the strange gentle raindrop that left in the homeland to the sea that then return found oyster waiting grew depart. Leaving the father of grief and the tears of despair for the not distant like a journey for the kingdom of fortune. Why for the prophet traveled so far, Medina with friend found a kingdom and ruled the hands. Yak for the lack of foot to travel, for the only knife for the rubies and secret of the sunbeams. Pray not yourself for the such journey for the leading to transformation of dust into pure gold. These could be confused in the distraught. In a land where you can only find a pilgrimage and love poem. Behind the scenes, it's in the face that adorns the garden. It's your fragrance and intoxicates. It's your spirit that makes this brook river of wine. Guiding, searching for the behind the scenes. Come as a lover and find yourself breeze. Left with the illusion of permanent. The splendor of the moon, some powerful felt to the ground. Love has me for sure. Ready for the forsaken of world life. Surrender for the magnificent of your being. Translated for the lover and ask for the beloved and for yourself more than you'll ever love me while I'm flying. Live for disappearing for myself. Attributes for the present only forgotten, long learned, knowing how to become. A knowledgeable scholar for all lost, all strength and but from power, and I am able to love myself and I love you. Never one of my brothers and sisters. I seated and support their being theirs, name to drop upon the face in which the water been country church, and I feel finishing using now. Can't put it with the dolls in the childhood for the stirring pools and finish the threading. I was baptized before without a choice, but unconsciously of grace and unpleasant surprise. Your name called to the fully concrescent to drop existence and hold filled up with the one small. Ranking too small for the first, for the crown, for the chronic of the father's breast with half-conscious queen. But this time inaccurate for the erect, for the chaos and reject, and I choose to just the throne. Love is the baptism. I surrender in the resurrection. And there's proof. You can see it in my heart. An existence filled up, crowning. Who's to reject? The divine is mine. I choose to be the seer and sit, for the heart will forgive them, and I cannot without you. Like a flower that left me. To the venom was wine, to the sweet two legacies and legacy of love, for the Father will be content, for I have out of boundaries of pain, capacious of the sea between eternity and time, and your conscious and me. Then I will surrender and find a resurrection for the long parting of the time, for the interview that come before. Last for the second, the fresh lovers met, heaven in the gaze and heavens of privilege, and one another's eye for the lifetime to set on them, a parallel for the new unborn to set for the beholding, everlasting now for the paradise those most familiar. I cannot let live, who left me like a flower. Two legacies of love. The divine is my title, wife without the sign. Acute degree conferred in beat, impressed the cavalry, rolled off with the crown, and by the road with the smooth God gave us the woman with who told, hold the hand, the garnet, and the gold, born for the shorter for the day for the victory, my husband. My woman said that she's stroking the melody in this way. I don't want to be reminded of the titles and you can find it and later with its divinity. Infatuation, learning oneself. Two legacies. Request for there to see inside the soul, for the conditions of the flame and the forge, but the light for the anointing, the village for the soul.
Not me, the bad man with the bomb, with the love that raises up from the forthwith, for the driving the quarter.
Stone, I died, rose again, the plant. I died, rose an animal, died, an animal was born a man. Why should I?
Stone, I died, rose again, the plant. I died, rose an animal, died, an animal was born a man. Why should I fear what do I have but death? Twilight, the moon appeared in the sky, then the planet with the earth looked at me and hawks strilling like a bird for the time that the red moon stole me. Rushed back into the sky and looked at myself and did not see me anymore. When the moon body turned, its finest soul and nine spirits disappeared in that. The existence drowned in the sea. Be with those who help your being. Don't sit with the indifferent and those who breathe. Comes cold out there now, for the physical forms of work is deeper. Chunking a germ thrown with air for the break of the pieces, and if you don't try to fly, break yourself for the part for the broken and try death. Too late for the you can come. Leaves yet yellow, trees put for the fresh fruits. Mix them green, why are you so content with the love that turns you yellow? I'm a seer, part of the land. A candle in my heart, ready to be kindled. A void in the soul, ready to be filled, and I can feel it. Don't you feel the separation from your beloved, and rather him to feel the fire. Embrace that. Mind those who hold it otherwise, and love comes to you as on the cord, and you young folk. Not learning in school. Touch, don't say nothing. Passionate words. These are no need for complaining. Nasty, sad, and sour with the one who like the way dark depressing. With a bittersweet heart with the mirror. Friend of a delicious cake with isn't worth spinning for the opera anyone else but the pain. Love with 1-5 district character. Stone hearted for the unsure. Every step lazy and innocent. Keeping the poisonous taste for the more companion weights around for the bitter everything with the vinegar. Pretty much I will put the time enough. Sped the sour and bitter faces with the heart filled. Stone, I died, rose again. Stone, I died, rose again. Stone, I died, rose again. I died, rose an animal, died, an animal was born a man. Stone, I died, rose again. I died, rose an animal, died, an animal was born a man. Why should I fear it? Do I have but death? Stole me, rushed back into the sky, looked at myself and did not see me anymore. When the moon body turned, its finest soul and nine spirits disappeared in that. The existence drowned in the sea. Be with those who help your being. Don't sit with indifferent and those who breathe. Comes cold out there now, but the physical thorns of work is deeper. Chunking a dirt and throwing with the air for the break of the pieces, and if you don't try to fly, break yourself apart for the broken and burned death. Too late for the youth can come. Leaves yet yellow, trees put for the fresh fruits. Mixed and green, why are you so content with the love that turns you yellow? I'm here, part of the land. A candle in my heart, ready to be kindled. Forward in the soul and ready to be filled, and I can feel it. Don't you feel the separation from the beloved? You gotta him to feel the fire. Embrace that. Remind those who want it otherwise, and love comes to you of its own accord, and you yearn for it. Cannot learn in any school. Hush, don't say nothing but the passionate words. These are no need for companion. Nasty, sad, and sour with the one who, like a grave dark depressing, with a bittersweet heart with the mirror. Friend of a delicious cake for the instant worth spinning for the opera. Anyone else, the companion in love with 1-5 district character, stern-hearted for the unsure, every step lazy in innocence. Keeping the poisonous face for the more companion waits around for the bitter everything with vinegar. Getting more sour for the time enough. Spared the sour and bitter faces for the heart-filled desire and fire. Sweetness and tender souls we must not waste its unsavory matters. I am part of a load, not rightly balanced, but a drop off in the grass. Like the calf, browse where I fall, under some dust grains floating, flying in the air. Forgetting about everything in the state of sleep and migrate back. And spring loose with 4 branches, spacecraft to the waiting room for the pastures, nursery milk, linear for the everything in different ways. Conscious decisions and personal memories in a small place to live. Every human being strange at night, fit into the loving ear, nowhere during the day, but absorbing the work. I am part of that load. Confused and distraught, much in the state by the soul, but the bond behind, breaking of the soul. Reason for the love of the soul. Doing, whatever you decided, you're turning your face mine. Spoken in air, not surprising to status of suppression. Whatever the love raises.
Stone I died, rose again, the plant. I died, rose an animal, died an animal, was born a man. Why should I fear what? Do I have but death? At the twilight, the moon appeared in the sky, then it was landed, but the earth looked at me and hawks strilling like a bird for the time, but the pale moon stole me. Rushed back into the sky, looked at myself and did not see me anymore. When the moon body turned as fine as soul and nine spirits disappeared in the existence drowned in the sea. Be with those who help your being. Don't sit with the indifferent and those who breathe. Comes cold out there now, for the physical forms of work is deeper. Chunking a dirt and throwing with the air for the breaking to pieces, and if you don't try to fly, break yourself apart for the broken and burned death, and too late for the you can come. Leaves yet yellow, trees put for the fresh fruits. Mixed and green, why are you so content with the love that turns you yellow? I was here, part of the land. A candle in my heart, ready to be kindled. Forward in the soul and ready to be filled, and I can feel it. Don't you feel the separation from the beloved, and invite him to feel the fire. Embrace that. Remind those who want it otherwise, and love comes to you of its own accord, and you yearn for it. Cannot learn in any school. Hush, don't say nothing but passionate words. These are no need for companion. Nasty, sad, and sour with the one who, like a grave dark depressing, with a bittersweet heart with the mirror. Friend of a delicious cake with the instant worth spinning for the opera. Anyone else, the companion in love with 1-5 district character, stone-hearted for the unsure, every step lazy in innocence. Keeping the poisonous face for the more companion waits around for the bitter everything with vinegar. Getting more sour for the time enough. Spared the sour and bitter faces for the heart-filled desire and fire. Sweetness and tender souls we must not waste its unsavory matters. I am part of a load, not rightly balanced, but a drop off in the grass. Like the calf, browse where I fall, under some dust grains floating, flying in the air. Forgetting about everything in the state and sleep and migrate back. With spring loose with 4 branches and spacecraft to the waiting room for the pastures, nursery milk, linear for the everything in different ways. Conscious decisions and personal memories in a small place to live. Every human being strange at night, fit into the loving ear, nowhere during the day, but absorbing the work. I am part of that load. Confused and distraught, much in the state by the soul, but the bond behind, breaking of the soul. Reason for the love of the soul. Doing, whatever you decided, you're turning your face mine. Spoken in air, not surprising to the status of suppression. Whatever the love raises. Stone I died, rose again, the plant. I died, rose an animal, died an animal, was born a man. Why should I fear what? Do I have but death? At the twilight.
rose again, the plant. I died, rose an animal, died an animal, was born a man. Why should I fear what do I have but death? After twilight, the moon appeared in the sky, then it was landed with the earth looked at me and hawks strilling like a bird for the time, but the pale moon stole me. Rushed back into the sky, looked at myself and did not see me anymore. For when the moon body turned, its finest soul and the nine spirits disappeared in that. The existence drowned in the sea. Be with those who help your being. Don't sit with the indifferent and those who breathe. Comes cold out their mouth, but the physical forms of work is deeper. Chunking at the germ throne, put the air for the break it to pieces, and if you don't try to fly, break yourself for the power for the broken, the bar death, and too late for that you can come. Leaves yet yellow, trees put for the fresh fruits. Makes them green, why are you so content with the love that turns you yellow? I'm a seer, part of the land. A candle in my heart, ready to be kindled. A void in the soul and ready to be filled, and I can feel it, don't you? Feel the separation from other beloved, and better him too, feel the fire. Embrace that, remind those who want it otherwise, and love comes to you of its own accord, and you yearn for it. Cannot learn it in school. Hush, don't say nothing but passionate words. These are no need for pain. Nasty, sad, and sour, the one who like a grave dark depressing, with a bittersweet heart for the mirror. A friend of a delicious cake for the isn't worth spinning for the opera. Anyone else to companion love with 1-5 district character, stone-hearted for the unsure, every step lazy and innocence. Keeping the poison in space for the more companion waits around for the bitter everything with the vinegar. Getting more sour for the time enough. Spare the sour and bitter faces with the heart-filled desire and fire. Sweetness and tender souls must not waste its unsavory manners. I am part of the lobe, not riding on this with a drop off in the grass. Like the kind of brows where I fall, hundreds of dust grains floating blind in the air, forgetting about everything in the mistake and sleep in my grey back. And spring loose with 4 branches, spacecraft, and waiting room for the crop. Pastures, nursery milk, linear for the everything from different ways. Conscious decisions from personal memories with a small place to live. Every human being strange in life, and into the loving give no word during the day, but absorbing the work. I am part of that load. Confused and distraught, much of the state by the soul, but the bond behind, breaking in the soul. Reason for the love of the soul. Join, doing, home, don't, whatever you decided, you turn in your face, mine. Spoken in air, not surprising to status of suppression, whatever the love raises. Stone, I died, rose again, the plant. I died, rose an animal, died an animal, was born a man. Why should I fear what do I have but death? After twilight, the moon appeared in the sky, then it was landed with the earth looked at me and hawks strilling like a bird for the time, but the pale moon stole me. Rushed back into the sky and looked at myself and did not see me anymore. When the moon body turned, its finest soul and the nine spirits disappeared in that. The existence drowned in the sea. Be with those who help your being. Don't sit with the indifferent and those who breathe. Comes cold out their mouth, but the physical forms of work is deeper. Chunking at the germ throne, put the air, put the break it to pieces, and if you don't try to fly, break yourself for the power for the broken, the bar death, and too late for that you can come. Leaves yet yellow, trees put for the fresh fruits. Makes them green, why are you so content with the love that turns you yellow? I'm a seer, part of the land. A candle in my heart, ready to be kindled. A void in the soul and ready to be filled, and I can feel it, don't you? Feel the separation from other beloved, and better him too, feel the fire. Embrace that, remind those who want it otherwise, and love comes to you of its own accord, and you yearn for it. Cannot learn it in school. Hush, don't say nothing but passionate